Anytime. And let me go to the watch page. So... Are you still not live? Are you still not on? I'll move it back for a second.
I think I'm live.
Okay, it says you're on. Go to the watch page, see if you see the timer. Go to watch pages in the top right.
Mm-hmm.
It's live.
Okay, cool. All right, let's screw this. All right. Boom. Yes, we are live and going. So to anybody who is over on my channel right now and doesn't know what this is, we're doing a special episode of Ad+Homies. We are not doing our normal watching videos thing tonight. We are doing a follow-up from a debate free-for-all that was happening over on the NonSeq Show, and we do have those people all here with us. Joining us is my newest friend, Conspiracy Catz. Red's Rhetoric is here. Soundly is here. Bro Sanchez for Flat Earth is here. And did you say it was Dre Midas? How did he say to pronounce
Dre Midas,
it?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Or Dre
Midas. Yeah, Dre Midas. Dre Midas.
Perfect. Okay, cool. And then we should have, hopefully people will start coming back on camera there. Soundly, are you jumping on camera tonight?
I'll stay out of it for now.
All right, so we might have a lot of black boxes here tonight, but we'll do our best with what we've got, and this will be fun to manage who's talking when and everything. Awesome. There's Bro Sanchez. Cool.
What a night!
Yeah, it's been quite a night. Quite a night.
I guess we should start with Conspiracy Catz, because he's been going the longest, the marathon man. He started out with his own debate with Flat Out Hero, and then moved into the debate that followed. So, Conspiracy Catz, for your first time doing this, what do you think?
I enjoyed it. It was really enjoyed it. Just getting used to how it's. There's a few things I'd like to have done differently, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, definitely, I'd do it again if I was offered.
Awesome. And Brother Sanchez, you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Brother Sanchez, with your just speaking with Reds and Conspiracy Catz, is your mind changed? Do you think that the Earth is a globe now? Did they do anything to bring you over to the globe side?
I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm not even fully. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm not even fully on the flat Earth side. If something else come up to prove that's wrong, then I'm gonna leave that. I'm on a quest for truth. All right, now it stands. I'm a flat earther because that's the truth that I can prove. I can't prove a globe. Nothing I've seen so far from your side have changed that yet. Not yet.
I'm really looking forward to this conversation. I, for a living, am an optical and light consultant. I do a lot of commercial photo work and things where there's lots of things you were talking about where I was yelling at the screen because it intercepted with one of my few expertises. So I'm looking forward to tonight. Now I do have to, we've already got some super chats coming in. Something we do different on my channel. Any super chats come in, I do an impression of Stewie Griffin and I always read them as Stewie. So for 0132132, making fun of stupid people is mean, Jimmy. K. For the record, I don't think anybody I've seen tonight is stupid. I hope Sunglasses comes on though, because some of the things he was saying, God, they're so super wrong. And then SO like in super chatted, finally I can turn off Kyle's channel. So for people who don't know that we're over here.
Ethan, I'll talk to you afterwards. Let me just ask one quick question, Jimmy, before we kind of jump into it. And Jimmy has a lot that he wants to kind of address with Brother Sanchez about some of the points he was bringing up. But first, Soundly, as somebody that was watching both of the things tonight, what's your takeaway?
Well, there's a lot to actually talk about, but one of the things that always stands out to me is they like to talk about the sun experiments. You know, like the quarter over the table thing. And I think that was one of the last topics we were talking about. I don't know why we keep talking about the sun. Let's just talk about the moon. You can totally avoid all of the
I want to talk about the
glare
quarter
problems.
over the table, though. I do want to talk about. Oh man, boy, do I!
And the last I checked, the moon doesn't roll along the ground either. You know, so I think that experiment is intentionally set up to be deceitful. To be honest.
Yeah, it is. So, Brother Sanchez, I want to talk to you about that a little bit because so when I do like commercial restaurant work or something and we're taking photos for like a menu, we actually will oftentimes use a quarter on a table to find what we call optical level because you don't want when you put your plate in food and you're taking it from profile, you don't want the plate to be covered up by the table, and you also don't want the table to basically be a never-ending background. So we'll use a quarter or something small where you can see, or a triangle or something that comes to basically a point of contact, and we will calibrate our camera to that at the backmost part of the camera, and then we know it's level. If the coin is disappearing, we know the camera is too low, that it's below the table. Now, I get that you were just saying it's an example of here is a way that a coin can disappear into a table, but for neither model does it apply. For the globe, if you are observing the sun go down, you are always eyes above that horizon. And if you are on the flat earth, same thing, eyes above that horizon. So you can call it an example of a way that works, but it doesn't apply to either model. So it's a useless argument for either side.
So can I ask you a question? If he would have had the camera, just say he wouldn't have had it low or he didn't have the camera level, let's just say he would have had the camera higher. Would the same argument apply with a high camera versus a low one as well?
So you are, and I noticed you do this during the thing. You went like you were indicating to like slightly lower. If you take it up completely high, sure, you're not going to be able to make any kind of real point. Literally push it up a centimeter above level, and you'll see. And you might be able to get a long enough table to do that. That would be a Last Supper table. But the point of the matter isn't that, basically it's that your table model, unless you get a super long table, won't work at all. And the reason why it would take a super long table is because round Earth is a fact. That's actually why it doesn't matter the length of the table.
Tell me that's your argument.
No, that's a fact of optics. That's a fact of optics.
Oh my God.
Like, okay, no. Let me tell you about, because this is based on what the guy prior to you was talking about. He talked about first horizon and second horizon. First horizon is an illusion. It's not something that actually exists. But first horizon would be if you took your camera or your eyes and you compared it to a camera, when something becomes so small, it isn't even big enough to fill up a single pixel. And so you don't perceive it at all in the image. And then second horizon is when it actually leaves. These aren't real things. It's basically vanishing point. That's why this also changes with things that are bigger versus things that are smaller. It might look like a canoe disappears on the horizon before something else. However, and you can track this yourself. You can take images over and over again, because we do this kind of shit all the time when we have to make composites where we match perception. The first horizon, things shrink to a point. The second horizon is when it goes from bottom up. You can also prove this by using a laser beam and shooting it at the thing and watching the laser move up despite the laser not moving at all.
What's my turn?
Just a quick question, comment type thing. Is like earlier I heard I guess it was Reds explaining how that experiment with the quarter on the table is invalid because the camera is below the table surface.
Correct.
When in all actuality, I've actually seen, I don't know if it was the same video, but it was the same experiment where the person leveled the table across to the center of the camera. So the camera is not truly below the surface, but the middle or the center portion of the lens is level with the table. Does that not make a difference? Because the camera is not truly below the surface. It's just that I guess the center, I don't know the terminology with cameras and all that stuff, but I would call it, even though it's probably not the focal point, but it's the center of the camera. This is what you do when you take photos. You center the image that you're capturing in the middle of the camera, because that's where everything is focused, in the center of the lens. Why does that not account for him being able to lower that camera to that level and it not be valid?
If you can't see, if something is actually truly level, a flat piece of wood, compared to the center point is 90 degrees away from the sensor, which looks like this. If you can't see that back thing, that's actually how you know it isn't level. So optically, your camera either has a flaw or you are angling it and you don't realize it. Your camera is full of, the reason why it's long is it's full of several elements of glass that correct all of the distortion. So even when I use a camera that costs more than probably all of your guys' telescopes and cameras put together. I don't know if you know what a medium format camera is, but these things are in the $30,000 to $50,000 mark. And those lenses they're big and they're bulky and they're heavy because they're really high quality glass that makes these corrections. So if one of those pieces of glass is off, potentially that could be it. However, it's actually very easy. That's why we actually try and rely on the actual visual of level when we do it, as opposed to just, did we put the bubble? I would have to see this person's method of leveling.
Well,
but
all right, but I guess, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, after you.
Well, no, I was just kind of saying, like, I guess the point that I was making is like, it's kind of like how the human eye works, where it takes in the light or the image and then it focuses it to a point in the center of the receptor, correct? Is that how it works? And
then it goes on and it flips to the back of the eye where you have, by the way, that's how you account for the roundness that you mentioned earlier. That's where the counterpoint is, because the sensors on the back of your eye are rounded.
But what I'm saying,
I think what you're trying to say is that it focuses it to a plane.
Correct.
To a point.
To a plane.
It's not actually a point, it's to a plane.
I think he's talking about, so the image technically comes in basically as a cone, and then it flips and comes back. So he's talking about, I assume you're talking about the focal point, the thing in the dead center of those two, right? Okay.
Now, so wouldn't it make perfect sense to have that point level with the table? Which would be.
Go ahead.
I'm actually gonna say no.
Right.
Because
I'd like to say something that's too when he's done.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Whenever we make observations, we always make observations not level with the ground. I don't know about you, but I have never done this, and I have never seen any flat earther make an observation with his face buried to the floor. Never seen it. I have always seen flat earthers and
I can agree with that.
Yeah, so that means that
if you think
that means, hang on, not done yet. That means that for this observation with the coin and the table to be valid, you have to be at some level, or level quote, above the table. I don't care if it's a millimeter, a centimeter, whatever you. As long as you're a little bit above the table, then you will be making that observation comport with the way we actually do observations in the real world.
Wait, hold on, wait. Let me just input this in just real quick. Hold it real quick, Dre. Let me just throw this in. It'll be quick. I think something they're missing is we're trying to do with the coin on the table, guys. We're trying to reduplicate the sun vanishing on the horizon. Now, I got a yes or no question real quick before I can move on, and I swear I won't be long if y'all don't be long. This is a yes or no question. Is the sun above our head, yes or no?
Depends.
Yeah, I mean, relatively. If you're talking about at sunset when it comes, relative to our 90-degree position against the surface of the Earth.
Oh man, y'all gonna make this hard.
Right now, I'll tell you exactly.
These are traps that we're aware of, bro Sanchez. We're not just going to step into them, bro.
I'm sorry, I'm not falling into that trap, bro Sanchez.
Wait a minute.
I'll let him say his thing.
Why the hell is it a trap? Think about this, right? Let me just speak. I asked a simple question. The sun is above our head. I don't know about what planet you live
It
on,
depends on
but I
what
look
time
up.
of day you're talking about.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah, what
wait,
time
wait.
of
Man,
day?
I'm not talking. Hold up. If you let me finish. See, I sat here. I was quiet. See, y'all get real weird at them. Like, calm down.
Yeah,
Take a deep breath,
when
guys.
people
Chill
make
out.
errors, we have to stop and correct them so they can understand
I
why
ain't
they're
do
doing
that,
it.
but ask a question. I said it's the sun above our head. Can I finish talking,
Okay.
please, y'all? Calm
Fine,
Yes,
down.
it
fine.
is sometimes.
Y'all-
Yes, please
Give us your
finish
point, brother
talking.
Sanchez.
Yeah.
Please give us your
Okay.
point.
I know that the sun is not above my head in the morning because I'm looking down. I live in Vegas. I have to look down the street and I see the sun on the horizon with the strip like it's on top of the building's head. And at noon, by noon time, I'm actually looking up at the sun. Excuse me. So I get what y'all said in that area, but that's not what I'm asking. So bear with me if you will. I'll only be a minute here.
Okay.
What
I thought
I'm
you were leaving
saying
the
is,
Like red.
no.
Can
I
I
had
ask
to
you a
let
quick
my
question on
dog
something you
out.
just said, bro? Can I ask you a quick question on
Okay,
something you
please.
just said?
Go ahead, because y'all.
Did you
go
just
ahead.
say you look down at the horizon?
No, I did not say that. I said I look down to see the sun set on the horizon. For example, the way my house is set up in the city, I have to walk out. If I walk outside in the morning, I'm not looking up at the sun, as it approaches me. I'm looking down toward the strip, and I'm looking at the sun come over the heads of the buildings of the strip as it's on top of the rooftops of it. And as it comes to me where I'm at, it gets higher. And guess what? Also, now I got to look up at it instead of, out at the
What
horizon.
point are you making?
What I'm saying, I'm reaching the point right now. The point is, that's the point you guys was making, and I was saying that just to let you know I'm tracking on that. I get what you're saying. When I asked you was the sun above my head, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the sun ain't below my feet, meaning we don't walk on the sun. The sun is clearly something that's higher above us. So let's go back and talk about the quarter on the table if I don't be interrupted. In the experiment with the quarter on the table, the reason we put the camera down a little bit is because the quarter represent the sun above our head. I mean, we don't the sun isn't even, it is not dwelling the earth plane with us. So he got the camera down for another reason to compensate for that. For the fact that when we at the beach, the sun is miles above our head. So that quarter on the table, we got to have it kind of, if we're the camera, we got to make that quarter be above our head some kind of way.
But the horizon's not above your head.
And that's another reason. But the horizon is not above the head of the camera either.
Look, I just did this experiment and sent the video to.
Y'all cut me off.
I just did it.
But
No,
it's
You're
cool.
wrong.
Bro, you're
man.
kind of,
All of
you're
us
kind
wanna
of
make a
over
point.
expounding, and I'm already ready.
Yeah.
So, bro, the problem with what you just said.
Oh, y'all
actually-
patience level is low.
Bro, I actually get what you are saying. There's two problems with it. One, the sun actually doesn't operate on an invisible plane that it slides along. But two, that means in your model, the actual horizon isn't the top of the table. The horizon would be below that where the table is obstructing. Yes, it would.
Right.
It absolutely
and I just
would.
did this. I just did this experiment
it wasn't.
video. Hold on, brother Sanchez. Hold on. I just filmed myself doing this and sent it. Jimmy, if you want to play that with the camera actually leveled, sliding a quarter back and forth. If you put the camera level to the table, and it gives you completely different results.
Exactly. Basically,
But
if
you had a table
what
that
they're
was
doing-
10 miles long, it would work.
Yeah, you got a table
they're
that's
doing
long
is
as the
this.
ocean, because that's the only way you can do. Here's the thing.
No,
If
we have
you're
the
gonna
sun in the actual
reduplicate-
ocean.
Here's the thing. If you're at the beach and the sun is supposed to be, well, here's the thing that we missing, guys. I think you guys missing this. If we're reduplicating this experiment, there have to be some kind of compensation because your table isn't the size of the ocean. you would never see the quarter vanish from the bottom because you're going to run into a wall. You got to tear this wall down, extend the table, and wait for it to finally vanish. So to compensate for the time of that, you can lower the camera. It's no form of cheating. That's because the quarter, you being the camera and the quarter is not on the same plane. So in that sense, he do got to make the camera lens even with the table, not below it. He didn't have the camera under the damn table.
Yes, he
had
did.
it even with the
No,
table.
he had it
was
actually
not
under the table.
If it was under the table, we wouldn't even be able to saw
The camera was not
circle.
under the table. You need to find the video where the guy actually takes a 2-foot level. He sits it on the surface of the table, and he puts that in the middle. But the point that I was trying
The
to make
center
when I
point, which was
referenced
the
that
thing you
earlier,
Hold on one second. Let Stanley finish. Chill.
Well, the problem with
Stanley finish the thought. Go ahead, Stanley.
oh my God.
no, that was Dramidis, was it not? Dramidis, you
No,
were.
that was it was Stanley.
I've been trying to make a point for like 10 minutes. I haven't been able to
Oh,
talk.
sorry. Yeah,
Please go
Stanley,
ahead.
go ahead.
Keep getting blamed for interrupting for some reason. Yeah, first of all, let's talk about the moon. Okay, the moon doesn't have the whole angular glare or the glare problem. Okay, so let's talk about the moon. The moon is not rolling along the ground, so sliding a quarter across the top of a table is completely ridiculous. Like that's just a non-starter. Lift a quarter up in the air. Make sure the camera is above the surface. Make sure that the surface is actually flat, which I've done. I actually did a tabletop perspective experiment with dominoes and a laser level. That's one thing you'll never notice. They never use laser levels to prove that the table's flat. If you do those things, you'll never lose sight of the quarter, period. Just won't happen.
Even if it is.
There are people that have done similar experiments, like with the one on the football field where the camera is above the football field. I'm not sure exactly of how high.
Football fields
and then the
have
gentleman
crowns.
walks away from the. Yes, football fields do have crowns, but I'm not going to say it doesn't matter. But even if you do this experiment on a perfectly level piece of ground, that person walking away off into the distance is still going to disappear from the bottom up, and you can't tell me or anybody else that's due to a curvature.
It doesn't happen
but this
on surfaces that are
happens.
proven to be flat, which people have done. People have gone out and proven surfaces to be flat. Like airplane hangars. Wolfie 6020 did this. So on surfaces that are proven to be flat, you will not lose it. Period. What you're actually seeing is you're actually seeing evidence that the surface you're filming over is not in fact flat. That's what the camera's actually capturing. And what you're trying to do is reverse engineer that into some magical explanation about things disappearing from the bottom up.
By the way,
like I said,
go ahead.
Just quickly, for the record, football fields have a crown from left to right. They don't have a crown from goalpost to goalpost, and the experiment was done from goalpost to goalpost.
He already addressed that with the laser level. Reds, what were you trying to say?
I was trying to make this claim of, the Last Supper table BS. Okay, they used a coin. I understand that they used a coin, and that coin was to represent the sun, a scale version of the sun. Well, the same way that we can scale the sun, we can also scale the Earth. Now, assuming that they have the Earth with a diameter, I'm just pulled a random number out of my ass because flat earthers can't seem to give me a solid answer on this. I basically said 26,000 miles across. If we're using a quarter, which is about an inch, that means I would only need 60 feet of flat surface in order to replicate the entire size of their supposed flat Earth. Well, guess what? I have access to such surfaces, and I can pretty much guarantee you that if I set my camera on the floor and had that quarter 60 feet away, I could zoom in on it and see the quarter in full. It would never arbitrarily get cut off bottom up at an arbitrary distance. I will bet actual money on that.
And you know what? Can I piggyback on that? I'll bet money on it too, and that's the reason why I'm a flat earther. Because hear me out what I'm saying, right? To me, that proves flat earth all day. Because think about it. Let's not talk about the sun right now. Let's take a minute. Let's talk about boats on the ocean. When we go to the beach, we see boats vanish on the horizon the same way the quarter do from the bottom up.
Yeah, that's
so
because
only
of curvature.
thing I'm saying. Okay, but I can zoom in on a boat and pick up the entire bottom of the. So
No, you can't. You absolutely
No, you
cannot.
Hold on.
You
Wait a
cannot.
minute. You're gonna tell me not what I can't do, and I got video footage of this. I got
No, you don't.
Play the video.
Hold on,
Play
wait
the
a minute,
video.
wait. You guys got a habit of like cutting your guests off, man. We listen.
That's
to you,
because
man.
you say
We
something that's ridiculous. We gotta
don't matter
step
what
in and
it's
say
because,
something about
brother.
it.
You got to run a professional
No, I
show,
don't.
whoever the host is. It does, but I mean, hey, man, you don't have to, but damn, a person like me don't really want to be nowhere where I got the kind of
Well, a
struggle
person like
to
you
speak
blocks
when
people
I'm giving you
and defames people
brother, I'm not mad.
on their own
So
show,
far,
so you
you
don't have
guys-
much room
you
to
know
talk
what,
about,
man?
brother.
You know what, guys? I mean, I'm not trying to make this no childish ornament. I do whatever I've done in the past. Obviously, we've had a good show so far. I'm just asking the same respect I'm giving you, man. We're adults, man. Come on, knock it off. That's somebody.
We are adults. I agree. I'll stop. I pretty much sat here silently while you've talked most of the time. Okay, so that is a fact.
I feel like
let me just point something out. Let me just point something out.
You know what, man? I got a lot going on. I was really taking off.
Let me just point one thing out, and then I'll sit back and shut up. Okay? Let me just point one thing out. Okay?
This is crazy,
when
man.
you say something in a conversation and it's not correct, somebody is going to say something about it. That's not interruption. That's having
And I'm gonna tell you right now, it shows lack of maturity to not wait. You don't think you say stuff that I disagree with, but I hold it and I wait. And I had to learn that, so I give it to you. If you ain't where I'm at, and I'm not gonna throw a stone with you because I used to cut folks off and couldn't hold my tongue either. I cut it right in. So I'm not gonna be here in front. This emotional conversation is sensitive, so I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying it's kind of getting ridiculous now because I'm forgetting what I was trying to say. But it's all good. I ain't gonna.
All right, can I?
Hey, no biggie. Back to the
I think the point's been made as much as it can be made. So if we can return to flat Earth, I have a proposal for an experiment for you that I want to see if
sure thing. Mr. Atheist, after you're done, please.
What's that?
After you're done, I would like to say something.
Okay, cool. So Bro Sanchez, I have a proposal for an experiment for you because you had mentioned being above and below the sun, and then you actually said, and I want to make sure that I have this right, you're claiming there is video of people flying above the sun, correct? Bro Sanchez?
Excuse me, say that again, man, because I got a lot of people telling me stuff in my chat, and I'm all over the place right now. I apologize. Just
no, it's all good.
The question again.
You are making the claim that you have videos of people flying above the sun, correct?
I made the claim that yes, there's what I think there's a video is uploaded on a couple of channels. I wish I can give you exactly the channels names. I can get you that link easily. But it's damn near a viral video of pilots flying above the sun. I thought it was interesting, but I always say, I always say that video is belief. Like I don't use it to definitively prove that the sun is close. I just refer it and say, hey, let your mind be the judge. It's a great video, but I didn't fly above it. So for the same rule I give red, I use by them too. So I am fair.
Okay, and for the record, that was a yes or no question, but that's fine. And that's probably why sometimes you're getting cut off when it only needed a short answer. I'll give it to you. I'll say it appears that the
a minute ago I asked y'all a yes or no question, brother. Y'all took that shit and went all over the place.
Now you're doing the exact thing you were just accusing us of doing. So I'll give it to you that it appears you are relative to the sun flying above it. So if you have a person on the East Coast and you have a person on the West Coast, here's the experiment I would give to you. As the sun is setting on the East Coast, throw up a drone and pay attention to the altitude. The drone will tell you how high up it is. Go up to about 600 feet, and you will appear very much as though you are now above the sun. Get a person on the West Coast to match your altitude precisely to whatever the altitude was on the East Coast. So if you go up 600 feet, go up 600 feet, and they will appear to be below the sun. Once you have that experiment completed, and it will go the way that I've said it will go, I would love to hear your explanation for anything other than around Earth for that being possible.
Cool. Now, can I ask you another yes or no question so I can just get the mic back and go where I was going?
Sure.
Have you ever done that experiment?
On the East and the West Coast? Not at
Have
the
you
same.
ever see? It's a yes
Not
or no question. That's what I'm talking about.
Not at the
It's
same
a yes
time.
or no question.
Restate my experiment to you, and then
man.
I'll say.
Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and make my point about this whole sun vanishing on the horizon thing. Because what I wanted to say before I was cut off was that the guy with the black O.J. Simpson glove on at the bottom, the Edward Scissorhands looking guy, he said
I'm
something
cold.
about cold. Oh, my bad. How you doing? Oh, cool. Chilling. Let me get a bowl. But check this out. Ooh, man, I hope you got breath mints in.
Come
that
on,
one.
man,
I
get
know
to
your
the point.
microphone,
Just get to
man.
the fucking point.
Get to the
Jesus
point,
fucking
dude.
What did I
Christ.
say?
You know what,
What did I
man?
say?
Guess what? Y'all too uptight, gentlemen. Get some pussy. Let me try again another night. Y'all got a pistol to my head. Speak, nigga, speak. Get to the point. I feel like I'm being interrogated. I'll try again later.
You know what you're
Get
doing
that
right
shit
now?
off your
Still
chest,
not
gentlemen.
getting to the
I'll
point.
holler at you, but I'm not going
About
to
to run
because
away.
the way
This
you
is
telling
what
me
he's
to
famous
do it,
for
I feel
doing.
like you're a
Steal the
child right now. Like real talk, y'all guys are really being disrespectful. Like you invite people on, let them talk. Don't sit. Get to the
Have I
fucking
fallen
point.
asleep?
That's like I feel disrespected, so I'm gonna just leave right now and let you guys.
Then leave, because you've been
I-
talking for most of this fucking stream and
I-
haven't said shit.
Yeah. I'd leave too if I was
Please
you.
don't.
I
Pissing
haven't
me.
been able
Bye.
to. Hey, you know
Bye.
what? These
Leave.
guys are ridiculous.
Why are you
Cool.
still
I'm
here?
at y'all, man.
Why
I don't
are
know-
you still
I
here
don't know
not
what
saying
kind of
anything
show
of value?
y'all running, bro.
Run
Seriously,
away,
why
bro.
are you still
Red,
here
get
not
some
having
pussy.
Used to
anything
it.
of value?
Hey,
We know you
Red,
do that
get
all
some
the time.
pussy, bro.
I already
Real talk, it's
muted
gonna be
him.
all right, man.
I
Much
don't know.
love to y'all.
Oh, actually, I muted the wrong guy. Hang on, let me. I mean,
All
the
right,
guy.
so we're good.
Yeah,
So we're good.
If we're talking about
Okay.
debating, efficiency to the debate is fucking something. So if you want to disrespect, say you were being disrespected, fine, you were being fucking disrespected because we don't want to disrespect the fucking audience who's like, do I have to wait 14 minutes between every goddamn point this person has? So my
Exactly.
respect for the audience is above my respect for you.
Yeah. Also, the reason why we're not able to give him a yes or no answer is because we need clarification on what the fuck the dude actually means. If I say, "Hey, does the sun move?" It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no question. I'm going to reply with relative to what? Oh, you see, this motherfucker from Florida can't answer yes or no.
Yeah.
It's a dishonest tactic.
Right.
Relative to
But
what? At what time of day, you dumbass?
Right.
Reds, he said that your problem was that you need to get some, and I would just like to throw it out there that if that's the case, please reach out. You have a friend here, okay?
Yeah,
I will help you out
of
with
course.
that.
Well, he actually said get some
all I got-
pussy.
Yeah, but
Let's
then,
not-
then again,
let's
I
not
have
go into
I have been
details
called I have been called a pussy, so I guess I am what I eat. So you know what?
There we go.
Whatever. So the idea is simple though, because I did want to point out one thing: is that everything is scalable. That's something this guy doesn't seem to understand.
Yeah.
So if I'm able to scale the sun to the size of a quarter, then I can scale the flat Earth to whatever it needs to be given their fucked up arbitrary scale. So they're telling me that they are unable to find a flat surface that's 60 feet long, put a camera on top of it, and see if they can see that quarter in full. Because according to the video that Bro Sanchez just showed, the sun was disappearing, what, a few feet away from the camera? A few inches from the camera? So clearly, over 60 goddamn feet, we should be seeing that quarter arbitrarily sinking bottom up behind the so-called horizon on a flat surface, which doesn't exist. I would love to see that. And he also said, quote, oh, me too, to my assertion of I will bet money on that, which I actually will. I will bet actual money on that. He said he would too. So, bro, put up or fucking shut up. I would like to bet $1,000 right here, right now, that if we were to do this shit on a confirmed flat surface, 60 feet long, and have a quarter, I will be able to zoom in on that quarter and see the entire quarter in full. Put your fucking money where your goddamn mouth is, and let's do this shit.
All right, Dramitas.
You're right there, Reg.
Sorry, who was talking? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was with what Reg was saying then. One of the videos that I wanted to show flat out here in the first one, and this might put some context into why I was talking about an egg and a racetrack, is the same guy who filmed the boat going over the the curve. Did you see that video I showed in the first one? He claimed it was due to this weird kind of perspective compression thing. So I challenged him to go to a racetrack and put a really small object at one end of the racetrack, put his camera on the floor at the other, just like you said. So he went on a Sunday morning, crack of dawn on a Sunday morning, and he put a wedding ring and an egg on top of the wedding ring. He took a P1000 and he did it live, and that was his mistake. So he couldn't undo it, and we all saw him do it. And not a fraction of that ring disappeared. Exactly what you said. He debunked himself on a live stream.
Dramitis, if you're trying to talk again, I'm getting that blinking that we were getting before, so you might need to refresh in again. But keep your points efficiently made. Only give out information that's relevant, and don't pontificate. I'll send Kyle. I'll send you another link that if you want to bring somebody else in to replace.
And also, let me say one more thing. Gravity isn't scalable, just saying. Yes, but we're not talking about gravity. We're talking about the size of the sun relative to the size of the Earth. That is scalable. Geometry is scalable. And given the scales that Bro Sanchez was asserting here, that's easily testable, which is why I'm more than happy to put money on this bet that over 60 feet on a confirmed flat surface, I will be able to see that coin in full. No problem. And yet they're claiming that the sun dragging along the surface, which, by the way, to anyone who's underneath it, you're fucked. You're just royally fucked in that case. You are going to be cooked, broiled, whatever the case may be. You are just fucked at this point with that sun sliding along the surface. So sucks to be you.
Dead.
I'll be able to see that coin in full along the entire 60 feet.
I had so many other things I wanted to talk about him with. He was talking about the sun being a lamp. I don't know if Dramitis is trying to hang out still. It's blinking like it was before. He was talking about the sun being like a lamp. Nope, the sun's a giant laser. It's not like a lamp. The way those two lights operate are completely different. The fact that you can't see the back of the table is actually proof of it not being level, but we already kind of talked about that. There's lots of ways we see curve all the time, but I actually want to get, is the sunglasses dude able to come back in? Because I wanted to talk to him about his...
That won't work with reds. That won't work with reds.
Oh, you won't have him? Because his whole density thing is like super fucking easily... He was saying that wind on... Sorry, it's really funny actually. Trying to restate how stupid an argument this is. That if you're looking at the horizon and a big thing of wind comes in, the horizon lowers and it moves everything because you're seeing through dense air. So if you'd actually want to see dense air as dense as it can be, if you lay down and you look up, you're now looking through more air density than anything, and yet no gust of wind moves the stars at all. Stars stay on their exact curved path at the exact rate that the Earth is spinning. You can take long exposures. You won't see on a windy night unless you've got the camera exposed to the elements, but you can easily stabilize it. You're not going to see those things, those curves start to go backwards at all or jiggle or anything. That was perhaps the funniest argument of the night, was that air density and wind could move the horizon out of the way. I loved that one.
I'm still waiting for him to pay Wolfie his $100,000.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
Well, this is why I kind of narrowed it down, or not narrowed it down, but brought it down to 1,000, because I actually want my fucking money.
Yeah.
So it's like, I already know that flathead doesn't have $100,000, probably doesn't even have $100 to his name, And by the way, that picture that he was showing in his challenge video, yeah, that was a Christmas present. All that shit's been blown off on bleach and crack cocaine. Okay, so it's all gone at this point. But when it comes to my challenge, hey, it's doable. $1,000 is doable. I may have to wait a few months to actually see it, but it's doable,
Sure. Also, for anybody who's watching and thinks it's a good argument, Copernicus is not claimed to have confirmed via ocular tools. He theorized and he went out and he thought but NASA doesn't consider Copernicus's or any of the other shill companies anything but hypothesized, and then it became a theory as it was verified by modern technology and tools. So using Copernicus is weird because he never claims that it's like, I did enough.
Also, I want to ask Conspiracy Catz a thing. I'm sure he actually noticed it, but I'm just going to ask the obvious at this point. Notice how for every single point that he brought up, we had a counter to it. And not only did we have a counter to it, we have a counter to it with actual video and photographic evidence, and we could tell the exact date we actually did the observation when it came to the angular size of the sun, direct observation of curvature, ships disappearing over the horizon, parallel sun rays as seen from up in the air and also on the ground. We literally had all of their shit just under wraps. We had it ready to be debunked right then and there. Have you noticed that that's still to this fucking moment, even though we had all of that shit, given what he's telling us to do, which is do our own research and stuff like that, that he was still like, nuh-uh, I'm not going to believe it unless I do it myself, and then deny that he ever said that?
Yeah, my phone cut out when you're halfway through that, but I'm pretty sure I've cottoned on to what you're saying. But yeah, and to me, it's a willful ignorance. You know, I hear that term being thrown around a lot, but that's exactly what it is. You know, they don't want to learn more. They don't want to. They've got their idea, and you know, it's willfully ignorant. You know, and what can you do?
It's like listen, bro, Sanchez. I have a request. Can you please bring up shit that I didn't debunk back in 2015?
He disqualified himself in the first 7 seconds because he was using the word theoretical wrong. He was talking about how this is all theoretical, referring to scientific theory. He doesn't know the distinction between theoretical or hypothetical, or if he does know the distinction, like the way Christians use the word faith, he's purposefully interchanging them to be deceptive.
Yeah.
Look, sometimes I also use really big words to make myself sound more photosynthesis.
I'm just going to spin Kyle like this.
Stanley was getting ready to, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that a year ago, okay, it was the horizon always rises to eye level. Water is always flat. Mr. Dell in the shed over there is talking about how the water's always flat, and that's how we know, you know, things are not hidden for long distances. They're trying to do these laser tests for 40 kilometers. And now, here we are a year later, now they're trying to say that things actually being hidden exactly as they're predicted to be hidden on a globe is, it's completely explainable on a flat Earth. Yeah, let me show you how.
Kyle,
it's like
that link to
that's where
else?
We've gone, you know, in a year's time. We've gone from it actually looks flat to, it actually looks like a globe, but it can still work on a flat Earth.
Kyle, did you send the link to anybody else? Do we have anyone else coming in?
I did. I did. I sent it to 2 people, actually.
By the way, why didn't Debbie get in earlier? Debbie was the one I handled, right?
Oh, God.
Debbie, no, that was Rose Patton that you talked to. Debbie, Debbie is on a different. She is infinitely times more than Rose Patton. She is Rose Patton too.
She's American Express, right?
Yes. Debbie said that she will be talking to. She will be coming back on the show. She had her niece with her, so she couldn't jump on. She couldn't be loud or any of that. But she will be coming back, guys. So don't worry. We will have Debbie back. And I miss Debbie. The last time we had Debbie on was with Reds, right after he slaughtered all those pigs. So.
By the way, if any of you want to join, you're all welcome. I've started this new project. We only did a test run so far, but basically streaming out on my channel on Twitch where I play whatever while taking calls and debating theists. I got Fred on the test run trying to do his presuppositionalist bullshit.
No,
Can we pull up that video that I sent you yesterday about the 2 suns or the sun horizons thing? I want to get, while we've got Soundly
link again. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. I would love to get Rose in here, though. She'd be a fucking bucket of laughs.
The 2 suns.
It's up. Well, I'm going to, there's a, no, it's a flat, you've probably seen it, but it's a flat earther that did this video. Here it is, Jimmy. He did a video trying to prove something with the horizon of the sun, but interestingly enough, he didn't. Yeah, the science of 2 sunsets. And basically what he's saying is he's trying to give the example of you being able to see the sunset twice. You know, you can jump up from a higher level or lower level. And but what he does is he doesn't use Well, you know what? I'm gonna let the video speak for itself. Let's see if people can catch what's wrong with this experiment or why this is
Catz actually.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, didn't you already do this on your channel? This guy's.
Did you?
I've done this one. If it's the one I think it is if
don't
it's
spoil
Mr.
it then.
I will not.
I think I know which one it is.
If he's done it, then I've seen it. So I'd spoil it.
Yeah,
you are literally showing us nothing new here.
Well, but it's still good fun. Which
it's still fun.
It's brilliant.
Now, when you say fun,
observation
well,
that
there's
can make
now,
anywhere on the Earth.
Now, see, he's trying to draw attention to
the surface. We can then
the sunsets, right? And I want you to just see if the audience can pick out what's wrong with this experiment that he does.
The interpretation of this
very subtle.
is not scientific because it is assumed
you blink, you'll miss it.
That we are looking down the curvature of the surface of a ball Earth in order to see the sun again, just by gaining height. But we can easily demonstrate and illustrate how we can see the sun for longer, and we would see a sunset twice by gaining height.
Might have to fast forward it a little bit.
I'm double speeding. It's funny though that he starts with this image because you're actually expecting to be able to see there's clear contrast and color in here. This is almost definitely stock video. Then this homie tried to do it himself. And he looks like he's in the moors of Ireland. Like it's not stopped raining there for 20 years. Anyway, here we go.
About 2.5, 3 meters higher than this one. So let's just first see what happens as the sun comes down. Unfortunately, I have to use CGI for this because this is alchemy. So anyway, the sun's set, and we'll just draw a line to mark where the top of the hill is, where the sun is.
Did you catch it? Did you catch it?
This view taken from the third floor, which, as I said, is about between 2 and 3 meters high.
Did you guys catch what?
When I watched this video for the first time,
now it's only ever going to reach
I said if I wouldn't know who this guy was already and already have a history with this guy, I would immediately say this guy's a Poe. Like he's got to be a Poe. It's obvious, right?
But do they not bitch and complain all the time about NASA using CGI? They say NASA, CGI NASA.
I'm going to have to go ahead and use CGI here.
Yeah.
Let me make this a little bigger, and let's go find while we wait on your new champion to come in and defeat us.
Shinobi, check your emails.
Let's look.
Oh, we have a new champion.
Yeah, he came in last week.
Okay.
Geo Schreiber. He's in the live chat, so check your emails.
This? Engineering
Shinobi.
Explained. Is this one? Tell me this isn't real. 5 facts that prove the Earth is flat, and they have 2 million subscribers. This has got to be a joke.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Was it done on April 1st?
Come on.
So you're an astronaut. Indeed I am. I don't know if you know this, but obviously an astronaut. Yeah, I see that. You don't really need the astronaut.
Okay, this is a joke.
Yeah.
Are we all in agreement? Okay, let's not waste our time then.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the amount of salt going on right now in Bro Sanchez's live stream. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Is it bad? Is it bad?
Dick in hand right now. Hang on, I need a mute. Hang on one second.
Okay.
Well, while Jimmy's looking for another video, I'm going to start reading off some of the super chats from the last stream because I did say that we had to close out that last stream so quickly that we didn't get to them. So I'm going to do them in this stream, but I'll just do a handful of them right now. Bombay says if you...
I was just saying, why can't we get the suck my dick guy?
Who is that?
Yo, that's a ball. Suck my dick. Yo,
Delano?
Oh, Delano TV.
Yeah, Delano.
Let's get him someday.
Guys, before you do that, I'm really sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
I'm just before you do that, I'm really sorry about this. It's about 10 to 6 here, and I've got to take my kids to football at 9 o'clock. So I am flagging really bad. It's just for the time difference. I'm going to try. I really apologize, but
yeah,
no, I've really enjoyed it, but I'm beat. I'm shattered. I'll catch you again next time. I really apologize for this.
I'm going to message you tomorrow because I've got that whole flat Earth thing that I wanted to do later this month. So I'll message you tomorrow.
Conspiracy Catz is officially Red's Rhetoric approved. So that means you all are now obligated to suck his dick as much as you do mine.
Well, if we're just passing around dick suckings.
Okay, Bombay says if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. 0 1 2 1 3 2 1 3 2. Scotty didn't show. He was too busy murdering his family because the world isn't flat. the Athens 619. He put his family on the line and didn't even show up. And House Always Scotty doesn't know. 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 Scotty's got to go.
I was going to
All right,
suggest.
I'll get to the rest of them towards the end.
I was going to suggest a parody song should go up on your channel at some point, which is Scotty doesn't show. Scotty doesn't show. Whoa. Yeah.
Mr. Atheist, I'm going to have to cut you off right here with you confirming something for me. So it says Copernicus Thinker at Red's Rhetoric, Orphan Red is in the chat room awaiting to be brought on the panel. I cannot see her because it appears as though she has me blocked. Can you confirm that Orphan Red is actually in the live chat? And if so, it just depends how much of a shit show you want this stream to be.
As much as possible.
I can confirm that she is in the live chat.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go get some 100 proof. I'll be right back.
And then, and yeah, Kyle, you want to shoot the link to her?
Yeah. Rose, there's my, not Rose, sorry. Orphan Red, I sent you my my email address. Email me there, and I'll send you the link.
I guess I'll take this moment to go to my people on my channel. Subscribe to NonSec, don't really, but do subscribe to Conspiracy Catz and Red Rhetoric. Both really great peoples. Mm-hmm. And I
while
don't
we
know
wait,
Soundly, do you have a channel?
Yes, I have a channel.
Subscribe.
Soundly's the man. I'll put the link in the description for here too for all of these guys.
If you haven't seen my channel, you'll enjoy it. Go check it out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
he's
the curvature video. That's him.
Okay.
The one that everybody goes to. That's
nice.
That's Soundly. All right. While we wait on Orphan Red to pop in here, Athena, Goddess of Wisdom
this
says,
is going to be a shit show. This is going to be one
get
hell
Debbie.
I need all
Ian,
the alcohol.
Go get alcohol, Reds. Ian Bond says, I'll have one more beer and pretend to be a flat earther. Would that help? Justin Human says, not related to Flurf, but I would just like to second my condolences to Sean and Reds for your recent loss. Atheist says,
you're going to need borderline alcohol poisoning in order to become as dumb as a flat earther.
It's going to be, yeah, that's basically true. Who's Atheist says, can Sanchez make an actual point instead of just blathering on? Luke says, being a contrarian and getting attention is the best thing these loser flat earthers have going for them. That's why they entrenched it. Matt the Magic of Pagan says, a coin on I'm a believer now. How did I not see this before? That's funny.
I'm used to Kyle, I'm used to getting I'm used to getting called an SJW on your channel. This was the first time someone pulled the race card on me ever. It was pretty good.
I know, and you're the racist. That's what makes it ironic.
That's
I was worried about how you're going to be able to handle it. I really was. Ghostly Enigma says, I don't have enough napalm for this much bullshit, as he has no idea what's coming out of his mouth. Mark Baser says, apparently Brother Sanchez is even dumber than Flat Out Hero, just better at running his mouth. Caroline Clark, for best results, Brother Sanchez should bury his P900 in a deep, deep hole. Godless Engineer, I bet $10 that Brother Dirty Sanchez can't do simple math. Soundly says, let's assume the quarter is the moon, not the sun. It will not change size in reality. It does not roll on the ground in reality. Game over. So I'll stop right there and read the rest of them.
He could even
all right, Orphan Reds.
And yet we spoke about it for 2 more hours.
It's like holy shit, guys. If you're going to go so far as to literally drag a quarter on the table, then according to you, the moon and the sun drag on the ground. In which case, if you're underneath it at that time, you guys are fucked. You guys are so fucked.
You could actually make that experiment by you could do the table, actually set it to level, and then put a plexiglass thing on some or glass or whatever you want above it and drag it along that. But that's still, you could try, but the putting it against the same horizon doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't get why he thought it was anything more than an example of here's a way you can manipulate angles to make a similar effect happen. Which I tried to give him, and he was like, no, it works.
You would have a better chance of removing the stink from a lump of shit with an empty can of Febreze than getting a flat earther to understand anything.
Yeah. I only, that one super chat at the beginning implied they were stupid, and I said, I don't think they're stupid because I just didn't want them to leave right away. they did
Orphan
not.
Red.
It's
some of them
like
aren't, though. I think some of them are just playing a game. And getting clicks and subs and stuff.
I mean, that's definitely true. But it's like, Soundly, sometimes it's like, how can
I
you,
agree.
as a Poe, go say the shit that you say without just busting out laughing?
Well, I've always said there's an expiration on Poes, right? So at some point, a Poe comes out and says, "Ha, I've been trolling you guys this whole time." That's when the joke becomes funny. If you don't ever do that, then you're not a Poe. you're just an idiot.
I was gonna cut conspiracy Catz
Jimmy.
call, but look how happy and nice he just looks. So good.
You should leave that up there.
Still,
you should just totally leave that up there.
A guy in the in the live chat says, "Space is fake, guys. You're probably paid shields. We are paid shields. It's not probably about it. The CGI backdrop behind the gay-looking guy with the ponytail looks, and its tail is in TELL, like the pony is tailing something. So brony, I guess this guy's a brony.
Yeah.
Looks as good as NASA's. So number one, you picked the wrong gay man in this lineup. Okay." I'm here.
I'm just wondering where I'm going to get my shill check, since this motherfucker knows how shit's done. Can you please tell me when I actually get my check in the mail, because it hasn't arrived yet?
Hey, Wolfie told me he got Netflix with his shill package.
Oh, he got that lucky son of a fucking bitch.
I know, unbelievable.
Is he saying this is CGI? I'm coming at you from a space station.
You're currently in orbit.
This isn't even a very good one. Like, for some reason, all 7 of these windows all track the same image, and then you just have this random window back here that's totally different.
Well, and that's what I don't get about their argument about the Earth being a composite. Like, yes, there are images that are composite, but it's a composite of the real Earth. Like, those pictures that they're using to piece together is the real Earth.
So, for the record, when you take your iPhone and you do a pan like this, and you take a big panoramic image, or you do the bigger ones where you can move around. I don't know if iOS does that, but Android does. That is also a composite. It doesn't make it any less a photo. You take pieces and you use a pixel puzzle and you put the puzzle together. That's technically a composite. The word composite, now to composite artists, they don't use the word that as silly as that, but that is technically still a composite.
I actually asked a flat earther, it's actually on the video Trying to Educate a Flat Earther, yeah, that one, and I asked them, okay, let's say I took a picture of a guy standing in front of a tree or whatever, you would accept that as real? He said yes. Okay, now, but you won't accept, like, for example, the Epic camera, because it takes a blue channel, a red channel, all these RGB channels, and he goes, no, I won't accept that because that's CGI. Okay, if I took a picture of that guy but in RGB channels, then composited that together to give you the end result, you wouldn't accept that guy standing in front of a tree. And he said no. And then at that point, I flipped my table, walked the fuck out of the room, and tried to kill myself. But I did do a good job.
Yeah, I mean, from a very technical standpoint, any color photo is a composite. Because the actual light reception would only get you a black and white. And then you do have to layer on those color channels.
Exactly,
said,
and so these motherfuckers are basically defining it as being an impossible standard to meet. Basically, unless I blast their sorry asses into geostationary orbit, these motherfuckers are never going to be satisfied.
Yeah,
and
which that might be the
make sure they don't.
Jimmy,
go ahead.
I just want to say real quickly,
Windows either.
This guy says in the live chat, this is an openly gay globe Earth show, right? And then they're having a conversation in the live chat now about whether or not we are a closeted gay globe show or a openly gay globe show.
Kyle's openly gay. I'm openly pansexual. Red's Rhetoric is openly ashamed of the things we did last night. And Soundly, I want to woo me to sleep as I masturbate with that beautiful voice. What does that
Listen. I actually am kind of okay with it, because you accept the fact that I sexually identify as an attack helicopter, and I thank you for being very gentle on the rotors.
Weird.
Talk about uptight, I know where you got that from, Red.
It's a whole different argument to have another day.
What are they saying on Brother Sanchez's live stream?
Oh, there's so much salt. There's so much salt. I love it so much.
This is going to be good.
So much.
It's going to be good. Orphan Red, I don't know if you're still listening, but I gave you my email address. If you want to come in, then send me an email and I'll send you the link. If you guys know where Orphan Red is, please go and tell her that we're waiting.
I never actually saw her live chat, so I'm assuming that she has me blocked. So much for that, I guess.
Should I subscribe? I can't find the live show that they're doing right now. Wait, yes I can.
Bro Sanchez.
What's the title of it?
Bro Sanchez Thursday Night Live, open panel debates, Q&A updates, speak your mind, but it's not acting like a live. I see comments under this. I don't see the live.
They said it just ended.
Oh, well, bummer. I was gonna put the live chat up on our screen so we can start.
Just got a message from Aaron. Maybe Aaron will pop in.
Yeah.
Yippee.
I did
Let's
one debate
see.
with Bro Sanchez.
I actually need to email.
It was
Arn
very
back
short on his channel. He blocked me like almost immediately.
Oh yeah, he does that shit all the time. This motherfucker likes to claim of being open to discussion. Yeah, so much for that shit.
Where
Isn't that the guy
you're
after
actually
you debated Jeranism? After you debated Jeranism, isn't that the guy that did that video, like walking down the street, talking about how he kicked your ass in some other debate? You remember that?
Flat
that
out
wasn't
hero you're talking
him.
about.
No, it wasn't Flat Out Hero. It was some other dude that is, I guess, a nut hugger of Bro Sanchez. But he was walking down the street saying, "Oh man, I remember when I talked to Rhetoric that I owned the shit out of it." And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I never even spoke to this dude. So how can you own me if you never spoke to me, you disingenuous piece of shit?
Yeah.
If
I
you're
did
going to
a
say
debate.
you own me, fine, but at least speak to me first.
are any
know-
new
I don't even know
champions
if you would
coming
call
in?
it
Did you
debate.
send the links out?
I had a
Yeah,
discussion
I guess they're not,
with Flat Out Hero.
You had one? How did that go?
Yeah, it was on my channel, and then after the fact, somebody told me that he was smoking his bong the whole time on the show, so I enlisted it after that.
Oh shit!
Weed every day.
Yeah, because you can
But I
get
still have it.
like
I've been meaning to pull it down and edit it, just edit out those parts.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Kyle, since the non sequitur
keep this
is kind of your gay love child with Steve, I think it's only fitting to ask you this question. Can I pull that video off of your channel and mirror it on my channel, the part with me going up against Bro Sanchez, and of course cutting out the shit when we're waiting for Scotty to not show up?
Of course.
Yay! I got permission.
Absolutely.
Because
yeah,
one of the claims that was being made in the live chat was that I am so embarrassed about how I was defeated by Bro Sanchez tonight. So embarrassed that I'm going to mirror the shit on my channel. Eat a dick.
Some of these people
They don't-
are
they-
just living in backwards world, man.
Yeah, I don't think they understand what words really mean. Like their definition for certain words is completely opposite of what they think it means. So I think when they say you're embarrassed, I think they mean proud, Reds. I think by embarrassed they really mean proud.
Bro,
I think by embarrassed they mean triangulation.
Bro Sanchez couldn't embarrass an ice cream cone, let alone a fucking person.
Jeez.
Bro Sanchez.
That actually brings me back. You talking about words? They don't know what words mean. You said something about horizon. All right, if you actually look at the etymology of horizon, it actually means bounding circle. That's where that word came from.
He was talking about
Not
too.
horizontal.
If you spin around, it's flat all the way around, but that's how it would appear. Your terminating vision is at the exact same distance in every direction you go, so it would look like a flat line if you're on a quote-unquote flat surface. Or not flat as in flat earth, but as in no variations in landscape and shit. Like, that's how it would be. If you did the exact same thing with a very small camera on a ball, you'd have the exact same result. It would terminate at the same point.
On a flat Earth, you would not have a hard horizon like that.
It would go on forever.
It wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
It'd fade
to
off
address
to like
something.
a fog.
All right.
Somebody in the live chat says that, they were hinting at the fact that it was, and I figured this would probably be a thing, but they're hinting at the fact that racist. They're using the word racist. that we were away towards Brother Sanchez because we were being racist. No one was being racist. We were being idiotist. We are prejudiced against idiots or people that spout off things that are stupid. We were the same way with everybody that's been in this call or the debates that we've had tonight. No one was being racist, so please stop with that.
I'm just flat out impatient. That's what it comes down to.
For fuck's sake. I don't care if you're black, white, blue, green, orange. I don't give a flying fuck. If you say stupid shit, I'm going to call you out for it. And by the way, keep in mind, weren't we calling out Flat Out Hero for saying stupid shit? And isn't that dude white?
He was, he was. That was an interesting thing. Like listening to some of the things he was saying, it was just bizarre.
Yeah, I made Jeranism my bitch. He's white. Flat Out Hero is a fucking idiot. He's white. Awake Souls is a fucking idiot. He's white. So like the majority of my time has been going after. Yeah, the majority of my time has been going after white people. So how am I a fucking racist now? Because I disagree with you and you happen to have a dark skin? I think you're the one that's actually being fucking racist.
Yeah, well, that's what Arc Atheist said. His channel got a little racist towards you guys.
Yeah, go figure. Yeah.
So I guess that since there's nobody else coming in, we'll wind it down, maybe?
No one wants to
what do you want to do,
fight
Jimmy?
These Pokemon forever? I don't care, man. It's like, I want somebody in.
I'm good with that.
Bring in a champ.
I was hoping Bro would sit around a little bit more, but
no.
Yeah.
He beat me.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But I do want to let people know of one thing that myself and Soundly are doing. What we're going to do is have a gay meeting. I'm sorry, scratch that. What we're going to do is we're going to meet up at Lake Pontchartrain, and we're going to do even more observations of the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. So tune in on my channel for that. It will be something that I will be fundraising for because making a trip ain't free. So if you guys want to help out, great. But we're going to go over detailed plans on what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, shit like that. Not exactly when we're going to do it because fuck you guys on that front. But yeah, if you guys want to help out, there's my shameless plug. I will let you guys know when we're actually going to be doing this. I will be talking with Soundly sometime today, actually, because it's 1:04 in the fucking morning where I am. And we'll be going over details on when we're going to have this live stream. So thank you very much for that. If you guys do show up and do donate, it really helps out.
Very cool. You two stick around for, we'll cut the show here in a moment, but stick around and we'll chat about some things. But otherwise...
I've got a lot of super chats I need to read before we close out.
Super chats.
Go ahead. I'll shut the fuck up. Read the super chats.
Oh, hey, and by the way, Southern Israelite, if you're listening, somebody said that Southern Israelite wanted a piece, but we're not letting him in. I sent him the link, so he's got the link. He knows how to get in if he wants to. All right.
That douchebag I owned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can any kind of horizon, true, visible, or horizontal, that requires the reality of straight lines, to be possible on a sphere? Where are the curved lines following tangent points? Anybody want to?
Yeah, I'll address that. Actually,
go ahead.
So there are two types of curvature when you're talking about the geometry of a sphere that we talk about in our little arena here. One is a great circle route, and that's the stuff that I photographed. That's when you're talking about boats over the horizon, cities over the horizon, or the curvature of the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. That's a great circle route. Versus your horizon, and the horizon itself, you have to go way high to see a curve because it's not actually curving in the same sense as a great circle route. It's literally a circle. It's a flat circle around you, and you have to get high enough above that to be able to tell that you're looking down on a disc. And the problem starts off when you're on Earth, that the higher you go, the further away the horizon goes. So you have to get way high to see the horizon curve. And it's not the same type of curvature. But from the ground, you can see great circle routes, no problem.
Okay, but is the sun above you, yes or no?
Depends on what time of day it is.
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
All right, Mr. Atheist, does your boyfriend's dick always taste like curry?
What the fuck? That was racist.
Oh,
Yes
wow.
or no, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yes or no, motherfucker.
No.
No, you didn't, Red. Okay, so let's go to Chris Kelling. Thank you for your super chat. So another nah defense. That's accurate. Caroline Clark. Hey, bro, can you toss me a tomato and some lettuce in your word salad? There we go. Time. Are you paying attention? Time. Look, this is me not forgetting your super chat. Time. Stop what you're doing and listen. There is no way my liver survives the night after these conversations, so I won't need this money anyways. It was nice knowing you all. It's accurate.
You gave it to the wrong
Flat
channel
Earth.
their time.
Flat Earth user. He doesn't believe your vid because you found it on YouTube. Where did he get his coin vid? It's a 10p, not a quarter, so he didn't make it. What?
I think he's just making the
10p.
point that the guy wouldn't believe YouTube found videos, but was using videos he found on YouTube.
He was saying it was a foreign coin.
Oh, I thought it was a dime, wasn't it?
10 pence.
Oh. Justin Human, ask him if he knows how the seasons work. Interestingly enough, in 2 weeks we're having a guy on the show that thinks that autumn is a hoax. True story.
I just can't wait for
Okay.
fucking Santa, man. Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Yeah. His name is our founding liars, and he has a video about why autumn is a reptilian people generated season, and he details why he thinks that. Right.
I hope.
Gregorius Denale, take a piece of lined paper, roll it up so it forms a wide tube, look through it, parallel lines appearing to converge. Fucking bunked. Who's your atheist? Daytime, nighttime, sexy. Okay.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I just stopped having nightmares.
Pat Pylan, can you create and give out PO points at the end of this year? Whoever gets the most PO points wins some sort of award. Speaking of awards, we have the Golden Nuns on November the 25th. This is the last day, actually, that you can go vote Sunday. So go to tinyurl.com/goldennuns and vote for your favorite channels and your favorite shows that we've had on here, and we will be presenting those. And actually, Reds has a special end of year award that he gives out personally every year. Do you want to kind of tell people about that, Reds?
Oh, it's called the Dumb Fuck of the Year Award. So I actually did hand it off to be managed by Sean Hufford. But by the looks of it, it looks like Sean Hufford isn't going to do dick with it. So I might just take it back from him and do something with it. I'm not exactly sure. I'll figure it out after I get off.
Well, give it away at the show,
happy
Reds.
about that.
Give it away at the Golden Nuns.
Give it away at the Golden Nuns. Well, maybe I could just give it to the NonSequitur Show and be like, "Hey, you guys are now the proud owners of the Dumb Fuck of the Year Award. It's been going on for 5 years. Give it to someone special."
Who's won it so far? So let everybody know who the recipients have been.
The first winner was G-Man. No fucking surprise there. The second winner was Jeranism. No fucking surprise there. The third winner was True Empiricism. Again, no fucking surprise there. And the fourth winner was Von Helton. Again, no fucking surprise there.
Von Helton.
And Anthony Riley should have won that one.
Anthony Riley should have won that one, but god damn it, there were a lot of people really pushing for Mr. I'm a Vampire and a Space Marine.
But Steve.
Yeah.
Mr.
I
McRae.
thought it was going to be Tommy Hall. That's who I was thinking it was going to be.
Yeah, Mr. I can cure cancer, or cancer doesn't exist, or some shit like that. Basically, don't listen to that guy, otherwise you're going to get yourself fucking killed.
Mr. Far Back in the Closet.
Yes, exactly.
You just drink your pee, it'll cure it.
What about Matt Powell?
By the way, Rez, did you really want to talk to allegedly Dave sometime?
Sure. Why the fuck not? Because as far as flat earthers go, he seems to be the one that's, I guess he can put together somewhat, maybe kind of a coherent thought. I mean, okay. I'm using coherent very loose here, just so that we're very clear.
We've had him on twice before. He talked to Godless Engineer one time, and then he talked to Robert Sungenis, and he's the guy that's also, not only is he a flat earther, but he's a sovereign citizen. He has videos on YouTube where he's stopped in the car in England and he asked, am I being detained and all that stuff. And on top of that, he is a proponent of urine therapy. So he bathes in his own urine, drinks his own urine.
Allegedly, Dave, I think I figured out a way to phrase it. He can string a sentence together that's somewhat kind of maybe but not really makes sense.
Yeah, well, he did debate like a panel of physics students, I believe. That's the video that he's.
Then this is going to be an absolute train wreck.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. All right, we're almost done with these super chats. We don't have many left. Factart says, "How can you see crepuscular rays in New York and LA at the same time?" Anybody want to tackle that?
With your eyes.
The Earth is a globe.
There we go. Bombay, yeah, Red. Splain those railroad tracks. Splain and then DOZE. Splain those railroad tracks.
Splain in what way? I mean, does he? I don't understand the question. I just don't.
All right.
I'm not very strong with complete sentences.
This is Fredo's Sarabia says, looking at Wolfie's challenge, first globe video, did he prove parallel lines intersected when 2 points A and B had 90-degree angles at each? Chris Kelling, he keeps using that word triangulation. I don't think he means what he thinks it means. Justin Humans, Pythagoras is rolling in his grave right now. Time again. Jimmy, please stop PMing me Mein Kampf quotes.
Hey, if you're gonna put that shit, go super chat that over on my fucking channel. I reject your chat.
Caroline Clark, Conspiracy Cats Rules. Vandy, good evening, fellow basement dwelling neckbeards. Devil Dog, hey guys, love you all. Time, put this towards getting Red some pussy. Vandy 4, if Reds is what he eats, then he's obviously a flat earther. Oh, that's the one of the night right
there. You got me on that one.
All right, I've got six more. Thanks for the content, Non Sequitur. Thanks for coming back, Reds. Ves Bakalov says, I can't wait. Brainary says, been a fun 5 hours. Always good. Thank you, Brainary, for that. That's a very generous super chat. Super generous. Thank you for that. Ves Bakalov again says, Reds rotors are always well oiled, I heard. Is that true, Reds?
It is true. Very true, actually.
And Devil Dog finally says, flat earthers zoom in on small boats after they are too small to see, often from an elevated position. And they say they brought it into view after it went over the curve. That's why they claim they can do that.
Right. It's always small boats.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you have people like Wolfie that are filming like tanker boats, tanker ships.
Yeah.
I can't believe that,
don't tell them that.
He's not going to pay. I mean, obviously we know Flat Out Hero doesn't have $100,000, but to even offer that, and then when somebody, puts it in your face and you're just desperately trying to get out of having to honor that, it's just bizarre.
It's dishonest.
How much are you owed now, Red? I'm owed around $70,000. Not as much
shit.
It's got to be up there,
I am.
I bet your total's up there around $100,000.
I'm kind of owed $150,000 right now, but I'm never going to see that fucking money. But although, to the credit of No Concepts, they actually did pay me for $500 for a debate that he never showed up to. So I guess I'm ahead of the game, maybe, kinda. I don't know.
Wait, somebody actually gave you money?
Someone paid me $500 for a debate that they never showed up to.
Didn't they kind of concede though that the Earth is round also afterwards?
Yes,
that's what I've heard. Other people have sent me screenshots of the dude's channel, which I haven't been able to find as of yet. But they sent me screenshots of the. Yeah, and it says No Concepts, which is the guy's actual channel. It's an avatar that says it's round.
Right.
I mean, if he's admitting it, that's admirable. But show up and own your fucking mistake, I think.
It would have been nice.
You know what you guys need to try and do? Because I've tried to do it, and I could never find the guy. If you can ever track down Tiger Dan, that would be a great interview right there.
Oh my god,
the guy that was
a
flat earther. He was a flat earther, hardcore flat earther. Started trying to make a flat Earth map. Realized it would never work. and just flipped hard and went globe earther and started like
you
actually
want
debunking
to know the
flat
funny
earthers.
thing about it? You want to know the funny thing about it is the coin video that Bro Sanchez was showing was from Tiger Dan.
What's his name?
it
Tiger
really?
what? Tiger Dan?
No way. Yeah.
Yep,
awesome.
that is actually Tiger Dan's video. So I'm like, congratulations, you're showing me a video from a flat earther who's no longer a flat earther because he came to the conclusion that flat Earth is bullshit.
Yeah.
Reds, I sent you the picture of your victory over no concepts.
I think
Oh shit.
we'll wrap it there. Kyle, what do you got coming up tomorrow?
Well, real quick, Vandy says, comment of the night, where's my 100K? Don't look for it here, Vandy. There's no 100K to be found here. Sorry. Go to I heard Flat Out Hero has the money he's doling out. So
It's coming a week after Flat Out pays
right.
what's his face?
Wolfie. What we have coming up this week, I have big on Tuesday, Aaron Ross back.
Nice.
He's having a debate with an atheist that claims he has mathematical proof for God and that the earth was created. Now, let me say again, he is an atheist. So, how that's going to go, I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I've got Godless Cranium and why am I blanking on their names? British wife, Dr. Bowen and his wife. What's their channel's name?
Oh, Megan Lewis.
Megan. And what's the channel?
Digital Hammurabi.
Yeah, Digital Hammurabi and Godless Cranium
Hammurabi.
Hammurabi are joining me on Sunday
I have two more
Mass
things.
tomorrow. And then I've got more Mormon content coming up this month, and toward the end of the month we'll do the 7 arguments, another 7 things video, and this is 7 arguments flat earthers make, which the 2 of you are welcome to join in on.
I have one more thing, or 2 more things, Jimmy, to plug for this week.
Yeah.
If anybody remembers Robert Tilton, the farting preacher that was big in the 80s and 90s, and got taken down. The guy that took him down is Ole Anthony, and Ole Anthony runs a religious watchdog group that took down Robert Tilton, and they did the investigation on Kenneth Copeland and Benny Hinn. Ole Anthony will actually be joining us on Wednesday to take us through how he took down Robert Tilton. So that's a good one. And then the one that I'm looking forward to the most, McCabery Manor. If anybody's ever heard of McCabery Manor, it is a haunted house that's year-round and has a waiting list of 24,000 people. No one knows where it's at because they give you directions on where you're supposed to be. They come by, they pick you up, they bring you in, and the average that people last inside McCabery Manor is about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. The longest that anybody's lasted is 6 hours. The haunt itself goes for 8 hours. No one's ever made it to the 8-hour mark. The owner of that haunted house will be with us on Thursday to take us through how it started and what goes on the inside. And you can actually go to their YouTube page and watch every person that goes through theirs experience. They take 2 at a time each day. 2 people each day, and it's year-round. And it's actually in the same hometown as KC and Godless Engineer. So I'm trying to convince Godless Engineer to go through. Russ said that he would send them.
What's the name of this channel again?
McCabery Manor. Or McCamey, I'm sorry. McKamey. McCamey Manor. It's crazy. I mean, it is crazy. You have to sign a waiver, and basically the only things that they agree not to do are touch you inappropriately, like sexual, and curse at you. Those are the 2 things that they guarantee will not happen to you. Everything else is on the table. They've taken out teeth, shot people with car batteries. So
they've taken out teeth?
Yeah, they cracked a guy's tooth with
so not like on purpose.
Well, they had pliers to the guy's tooth.
Oh.
So I think they kind of pressed too hard and cracked his tooth. But I don't know how you. That's not an accident, I don't think. But yeah, it's crazy. So go check it out, and then he'll be with us, and we'll talk about what it takes to get through there.
Cool. I will see you all on Sunday Mass tomorrow. Thank you guys all for hanging out. And I don't know. Fuck you all. Like and subscribe.
Thank you to Soundly and Reds for chilling with us too.
Yeah, that's who I meant by
Thanks,
all.
guys.